Hello guys and girls, welcome back to my YouTube channel, the Anthony Kenneth Bishop channel. I've put up the little, my name at the top, the left hand corner, that's at the top. And today I've been playing this game by Codemasters. I've only just recently installed it onto my PlayStation 4 yesterday, and I haven't really had much of a chance to go on it because I've actually been buying certain games on and off. And actually I did get this in a sale when they had the sales on. I think they're still on at the moment, but when I got this, it's like 70% off, so that's pretty cool, pretty cheap. I like to give money to good companies, so Codemasters, they do a really great job on this. It would be awesome actually if they added sort of like 4K support for it. I don't think it is support and HDR would be good for maybe for the next Formula 1 game. I don't know if they're making any more Formula 1 games. It would be good to see. And actually I didn't do too bad in this game actually. This is the Abu Dhabi. This map is to do with Abu Dhabi. I have no idea where that is because I don't really travel. I would love to go to these sort of different continents. I would love to travel the world and all that, and explore new things and new countries and new cultures and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see. So what I started doing, I started playing this. I would say, what time is it now? Today is the 14th, so I installed this game on Saturday the 13th, which was yesterday, or at the time of this video, so it would have been Saturday the 13th of May 2017, just in case you guys and girls are down the line and a couple years ahead, maybe I don't know, 18, 19 or 2020 or something, and you actually see this. Depends if YouTube's still up by then. But yeah, I think this is a fantastic game all round. I do find this game very, very interesting, particularly in Formula 1. Now, I was playing actually as Jenson Button. He's a great Formula 1 driver. Actually, and I changed the viewers on this as well, so you can actually see the outside of the car, the inside of the car. I've seen parts of racing, like Grand Prix and all that, but I wasn't really interested in Formula 1 racing. But I can see why people were interested in now. It's more like it's an adrenaline rush to watch some drivers driving their cars at high speed. Anything can happen, like car accidents, the bloody cars turn over, the touching of the wheels, like where you can get too close to the wheel and then suddenly the car flips over, or you get these flames. I think in a way it's more of I wouldn't say it's inspiring, but it's inspiring to see the drivers. I mean, it's a good thing not to see them injured. I wouldn't like any drivers to get fucking injured or killed in like car accidents and stuff, but it does happen. But I think that's why they need to they just definitely need to be careful when they're driving cars and all that. I'd love to actually do Formula 1 racing myself and all that, like not Formula 1 racing, but like beginners. I wouldn't even know where to begin anyway, because to be honest, I've never drive a car before, and I would love to drive a proper real one at some point. And just, I don't know, just like go on the open road, not with the Formula 1 car, but I mean with actual car, drive a car, get a license, and then learn how to drive past the test. And then apparently it's just like going on the open road and just travelling and stuff would be just awesome. Entirely. I've actually been doing gaming now for quite a few years, since I was very little. I'd say probably 8, 9, 10 years old. I remember my first console was an NES, and it was my brother's, And eventually we all got a Master System, Sega Master System. I think it was the big fat chunky one, so I think that was the first one. It was like sort of like not a cube like Master System, but it had I forgot what it was called now. The one system had Sonic the Hedgehog built into the system, and then there was another one which was, I think, was it Alex the Kid or something? I think it was Alex the Kid. Now, the Brilliant Games, that was my first ever console with like taste of game and stuff, and the pixels were absolutely fantastic. And then actually the NES was the original first one, because I remember playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all that. And then I managed to get hold of a PlayStation 1. My dad, I think, bought me a PlayStation 1, and my mum bought me a PS1. And I remember playing Formula 1 98 back in the old days. I call it the old days now, to be honest, because it's been quite a few years, 20 plus years. So it's the old days now. I mean, not to make everyone think they're all old and all that, because 20 years is nothing really compared to like 70, 80 years down the line. Maybe 100 years if we're still around then. But hopefully I reach to my 80 years old, and then I can show my grandchildren and my children, when I get a girlfriend and have kids and all that with her, then hopefully yeah, just explore gaming with my kids and all that. That'd be awesome, interesting. And hopefully my mum's around to see her grandchildren and all that as well. That'd be quite cool. But yeah, I mean, racing games have changed so much over the years. I remember that when they used to be really pixelated, like little dots on the screen, and then suddenly now we're like, you're not even seeing any pixels. I mean, you do get the odd pixels and all that, and people keep complaining, moaning about the frame rates and all that. But trust me, the frame rates, right, were brilliant back in the days, especially for the NES and the Genesis and the Sega Master System and all that. I used to have a Mega Drive as well, and I used to play like Indiana Jones, and I used to play what's that other game? The original Tomb Raider. I used to play on the Sega Saturn, I believe it was. I think, or Sega CD. It was on. It was like sort of the discs, but it was on a Sega. So I think it was Sega CD or Sega Saturn. No, Saturn, I think it was. When you had Tomb Raider, and you used to have like the first. I think it was the first ever memory card that was built in to the system into the console. So it was pretty absolutely brilliant. But yeah, this is just like sort of my history that I know of on myself that I've played. I've played so many games, but my actual games I've enjoyed has been the Final Fantasy game series. I remember my first ever Final Fantasy game I've ever played was actually Final Fantasy 7, and I'll tell you what, the graphics were just absolutely to die for back in the days of the PlayStation 1, of course. And I mean, if you look at now, the graphics now have changed so much, definitely so much. I mean, you've got like 4K resolutions, you've got 8K, you've got 12Ks, bloody hell. I mean, and then my friend moans like, because he's saying 1080p upscaled or up to 4K is not a really big difference. Well, obviously it's only 4 times. But apparently it was an LCD compared to 1080p. He reckons it was like sort of like a big difference between them. Well, yeah, because they were standard, so standard TVs compared to HD TVs or 1080p. Yes, there was a big difference, or there is a big difference between them two. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm a big Nintendo fan as well, but I haven't got the Switch. I would love to get the Switch, but I want the companies to stop bloody robbing like people of just uploading videos to YouTube, because I find like Nintendo, right, they make enough anyway, but they don't want advertisements. They don't want people advertising. Or actually, I don't even know if it's to do with Nintendo, to be honest. It's to do with new YouTube's sort of like grasp on the, what's it called, they got a thing on it, the copyright system. They do need to fix YouTube's copyright system. So I know that if you buy a game and stuff, right, okay, you buy a game, it's not technically ours, because even though we paid for it, which is ridiculous, but it's the way it goes. Anyway, on this game here, for instance, I've played this, I came into 5th place on this one here, so I'm in 5th place at the moment on this game, which is fantastic. I mean, I just played this one, just finished playing Formula 1 on Abu Dhabi, and I love the graphics on it. And I haven't got anything against graphics and all that, but they do need to, on certain games, they do need, say for the PlayStation 4, they need to output it at 4K. If it's 4K and it plays 4K games, even if it's just upscaled, it's still good enough. I find, and put HDR on games, because HDR is fantastic. Anyway, guys and girls, cheers all for watching, and catch you all later. And if you like the video, do like, favourite, share and subscribe. Cheers all.